Here we are passing this mom. It's cold outside and she has three little kids in a shopping cart digging for food, and you have food. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna turn back around. I made everybody put their food back in the bag because they hadn't eaten it yet. And I turned around.
All right, so good morning or good afternoon, depending on what time you guys are watching this. My name is JaRabia. I'm the owner of Ease Pottery, and today is our very first paint and plan. Woohoo!
Yay!
Yay! It is a virtual paint party just for moms and women just to be able to connect with one another, unwind. I have a very special guest with me today who is very near and dear to my heart. Her name is Miss Artaevia. Yay! Thank you so much for joining me today. She is an amazing woman. I'm going to start off with that because a lot of times when we introduce ourselves. It's like, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, but before you're a wife and you're a mom, you are a woman first. And you're an amazing woman, and I really appreciate and I love you. You are a wife, you're a
Oh,
mom, you're a sister, you're a friend. Girl, you are, I was about to say every woman. But I am so glad that you are joining me today. And I just want you to tell me a little bit about yourself.
well, thank you, Ray. I'm glad you said that because that's a habit of mine too. Leading with someone asked me about 2 days ago, tell me about yourself. I was like, it took about an hour for me to respond to her
Oh,
without
wow.
saying first, I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I was like, dang, this is sad.
It is not sad. It is not
It is
sad.
sad because we get so wrapped up in everything and everybody around us that we put ourselves last and we forget sometimes.
We do. It's not sad though. It's common. And I do feel like those roles, they are a big part of our identity. Um, and sometimes we lose ourselves in that part of our identity. But it's not sad. It means that you're a great mom. There are some who are not. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that you actually, but we are getting to a place where we're just trying to remember not to put ourselves last. And that is kind of across the board. A lot of moms that I've uh spoken to recently, I'm like, dang, we're all feeling the same way. We're all
That's
trying to
true.
find time for me again. But yeah, okay. So
But
how did you
um,
how did you describe yourself to her? What did you
so I'm
say?
gonna re-describe myself to you.
Okay.
I'm Reese or Artavia.
What would
Can
you
you hear
like for
me?
us to call you?
Reese.
Okay. See, I go by whatever you type on the screen.
It's okay. I'm a fitness enthusiast. I love working out. I am a entrepreneur. And then I'm a mom to seven and a wife. I am a community builder and free spirited, so to speak.
Very.
What else?
I love that.
I mean,
So
that's in short.
that is in short. You mentioned an entrepreneur. So let's get into that just a little bit. You are the owner of Cheers to Love.
Yes.
Yay! Can you tell us a
Cheers.
little bit about that?
So Cheers to Love it started from a seed that my husband planted. He suggested that we create an event for couples last February. So we hosted a small dinner party in a friend's basement. And in that party, um, my intentions were to build more connections between ourselves and the other couples that attended. And so with that, I created a date night in a bag. So in the date night in a bag, what they received last year was a paint and sip kit, something that they could do together. Wine glasses so they could sip whatever they wanted to sip together, a 365-day journal for them to write to each other daily. When I thought of it, I wanted to implement things that I also was going to implement in my marriage. We hardly see each other because of our schedule, so it's usually a hanging by. But I love writing letters and notes, so I thought that that would be a great gift. They seem to like it. And so it was small. We got a lot of good feedback. And on February 14th, we are going to have our second event, this time at a hotel. A little bigger, a little more intimate, a lot more intentional. So I'm excited about that.
Yay! Can you tell us a little bit more about the event on February 14th?
Yes, I can. It is going to be this year, this February, an adult prom sneaker ball. So everybody's gonna come glammed up, but wearing sneakers instead of heels. Um, it's kind of a one-man show this time again because I don't have a team. But I've learned so much about the business side of it, about planning, about the ticket sales, about people, more about marketing. I learned a lot. I actually turned it into an LLC.
Yay! So you
So,
legit.
yay. I'm
Yeah,
excited for the growth. Not only has Cheers to Love grown, but I've grown also in this process. So, I can't wait.
I'm excited about that.
I'm excited.
So, are there still tickets available?
Tickets are still available.
Okay. So, quick question. If anyone is interested, how would they be able to purchase a ticket? And
I
do you
can
mind,
share the
did you
link.
tell us the location?
It's going to be at the Sonesta Hotel in White Plains, New York.
Okay.
I think they call it downtown White Plains.
All right.
Yeah.
And again, you said that was February 14th. What time?
February 14th from 6 p.m. to 12
Okay, 6 p.m.
midnight.
Oh, midnight. Oh, y'all partying all
Get
night.
our Cinderella on. Yeah.
Yes,
It's gonna be a good time.
it is. It sounds like it. Definitely share that link with me, please. Do you mind actually sharing it in the chat when you get a moment, just in case anyone, wants to click on it in the chat? But can you, well, I'll copy and paste the link as well. So when we publish the video, I can include that so people know where to go
Okay,
because
not a
it's a good
problem.
time. I'm excited about that.
I'm excited too. I love love.
Yes, the world needs more love.
I love love. I love seeing other people in love. I love to see people share their love. I love to hear people talk about their love.
Yes. I
I
see
love everything about it.
the link in the chat. So if you guys are interested, definitely go ahead and check that link out. Cheers to love, y'all. February 14th.
Cheers.
Woo! Um, so Miss Reese, by the way, you look very beautiful in that. Is that like a magenta? That's like a pink.
It is. Thank
Look
you.
at you, kind of like on brand with our colors too. You matching, pink and purple is one of my or two of my staple colors. So look at you, you're so
Yeah, I
beautiful.
love pink and purple. I love purple more, but I love pink too.
Yes, you're so beautiful.
Thank you.
Um,
You are too.
you. I would like to ask, and we are actually going to go ahead and get started. Are you able to, or do you feel comfortable answering questions while we paint?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just introduce the project that we're doing first, and we're going
Okay.
to go ahead and get started, and I will still, continue our conversation. Um, on the screen, I have our first ceramic project that we are painting. This is a photo holder. It has the word goals stamped on it down here. You'll probably be able to see it better once I start painting. The year 26 is on it. This probably seems very simple, but this piece is very symbolic because it's a new year. Um, we have to have vision on what we plan on doing with our life. And it literally starts with like one goal and one step at a time. We
Right.
just were, we mentioned how being moms a lot of time and wives, a lot of times that is what we're throwing ourselves into. And we don't get a chance to necessarily fully tap into our purpose and potential. So Ease Pottery is a way to help moms and women just refocus on again their bigger purpose. We have a lot of talents and we have a lot of I don't because you I mean I'm not saying that you just have one thing to focus on in life because we have multiple things, but there is, I feel like, an assignment that God has like given each of us individually for
Mm-hmm.
us to, like just fully tap into it. So Ease Pottery is just a way of helping women get back to their full identity. Yeah, that's a way of wording it. So with the photo holder, it represents vision. It's a new year, so we're focusing on our goals. The box that I have, this monthly subscription, I don't even think I mentioned that. It's called the Goal Getter box. It's called that because literally we are out here trying to go after our goals. And I don't even want to say like we're chasing it, like we're hustling, but we're just walking in it. And for
Mm-hmm.
me, I've literally started just implementing this in my life. I'm focused on one goal, one step at a time. In the past, we were trying to do too much and then nothing really gets accomplished. But once I started actually focusing on one thing and then move on to the next, once that was done, I started actually making progress. And then I actually had the momentum to like keep going. So the
I love
first,
that.
thank you. The first box that you will receive as a goal getter member is the starter kit. And what's included in that, you receive everything you need. Let me put this right here. I'm gonna just leave that on the screen. You receive everything you need for a paint party, which is what we're doing right now. So you have full bottles of paint, four different colors each month. Depends on what the theme is. There's a different theme each month. For the starter kit, though, we have to get that vision locked in so we know how to keep moving forward. You receive brushes, a whole pack of brushes, the varnish that you need to seal your paint. We're not going to implement the varnish on camera because you want your acrylic paint to dry completely
Mm-hmm.
before you add that top coat to it. And then we have our goal planning worksheet. So for our little I don't want to say little, but it's a mini vision board because your vision is not little. It's
Right.
it's big. So it's
Big,
a
big vision board.
big vision board. I made it mini. That sounds better than little because you're able to connect it to the photo holder and I'm going to actually move this to this screen. You're able to put it on your desk or your counter or wherever, even if it's the bathroom, wherever you need that motivation. And it's because I'm trying to put it on here, of course I'm struggling, but it clips on here.
Wherever you need to see it.
Yeah, so wherever you're needing that reminder,
Yeah.
um that's why it's mini. And on the back of it, let me talk about the front. So the front, basically you're listing your goals in different categories. Like, how do you plan on rediscovering your calm, community, and confidence this year? Just, kind of give you some different ideas. You can list those. So as you're going through the month, like, okay, I wrote this down in the beginning of the year. This month, how can I work on achieving that? There's also, like follow-up questions. Oh, Miss Reese, what is your word of the year? That was one of the questions on here. So I would like to know.
Intentional.
Intentional.
That is my word of
Yes.
the year.
We're gonna work on our goal planning worksheets after we're done painting, and we're gonna take a break around 12 o'clock if that's fine, just like a little 10-minute break. So, just a minute. But we'll work on this. But intentional, I love that. That's how we actually accomplish our goals by being intentional. Like it's not just gonna happen overnight. On the
Mm-hmm.
back, there is also other questions like what I love most about myself. I have joy when I want to learn. I want to visit. So it's really just kind of giving you like a few, I guess we can say resources, just to kind of get you thinking about
Mm-hmm.
what you want to work on this year. And then this, which I already started filling this out for the month of January, y'all. This is our goal planning worksheet where we are again, you focus on one goal for the month. You write down different steps for them, and you even have like a motivational quote up top. You have a mood tracker so that we can try to, make sure that we're not allowing our mental health to be on the back burner either. And that's really what comes with the Go Getter box. Each month there will be a different worksheet because there's a different theme. So yeah, we will work on that later. Let's go ahead and start painting. And I'm excited. So do you have all your paints laid out, your brushes
I
and stuff?
do. Everything is
Everything.
ready.
Awesome.
You see.
So, how would you summarize? Well, I was going to say, how would you summarize who you are in 3 words? I guess we would use ad. That's very similar to the first question, tell me about yourself. But if you could just use adjectives to describe who you are, how would you do that in 3 words?
3 words.
3 words.
Mm. Healed,
Healed. Ooh, I love that.
adventurous, and a lover.
I love it. I love that. That is, I love that because I wouldn't have thought to say that about myself. Healed, adventurous, lover. I love those.
What about you?
Who's the interviewee here? Um, I am compassionate. I am artistic.
Hmm.
I am compassionate, artistic. I am peculiar. I'm
Mm,
different.
that's a
Yeah,
good
I'm
one.
different. What is your ideal morning routine?
My ideal morning routine would be to sleep until 9 o'clock. Get up and take care of myself.
What does that entail? Taking care of yourself. What does that include?
Brushing my teeth,
Well,
taking
we
a
know
long,
that part.
well, I'm just saying, brushing my teeth, taking a long shower if I wanted to, having a moment of quietness to meditate and reflect without having to rush because I'm on other people's time. But um, getting to the gym by 10 a.m. Excuse me. And that's it.
Okay,
Having
so
time just for me. That would be my ideal morning. Realistically, it doesn't look like that all the time.
I was going to ask, what is your realistic morning routine? But before we get into that, I just want to say, if you wake up at 9 and you're doing all of that before 10, how far is the gym? How far is the gym from where you live? It must be
Not
5 minutes.
far, like 15
Okay,
minutes.
15. So you would be doing a lot in 45 minutes.
Yeah, you don't need a whole lot of time. I don't need a whole hour to sit and meditate about. I don't need a whole hour, just a few minutes. But so what my day looks like is I get up at 6 and I'm taking somebody to school or 2 kids to school at 7 and getting back because I have 7 kids for those who don't know. Getting back and taking another one or putting her on the bus at 8 or to school by 8:45 and then having breakfast made for the other two, the younger two, and then the gym, and then dropping the older one off to work. Um, and then figuring out what's for dinner, squeezing chairs to love somewhere in there, trying to create content, and then picking somebody up from school, coming back and making sure that dinner is almost done and snacks are ready for the other one that's about to get out of school. So that's two. And then picking the other young adult up from the community college, and that's three. So now we're looking at 4 o'clock. It's already 4 o'clock in the afternoon or evening. And then getting back home and Chico is on the way home from work now, so making sure that dinner is done. So now it's 5. And now I'm probably taking somebody to practice or picking up from practice or taking somebody to work and then back home to do homework and dinner and baths. And so now it's 8 o'clock, 8:30. And then I'm picking somebody up from practice or match or game. So yeah, my day, my it doesn't end until after 11.
And it starts, you said, at 6.
Starts at 6, sometimes at 5. But
That,
yeah,
whew, that's a lot that you get done, sis.
it is a lot.
That's a lot. In that time. Well, I okay, two questions, and you can answer in
Yes,
whatever order. The first question is, within that time, are you able to have, well, you said you go to the gym, so I guess that is your self-care. Because I was about to say, within that time, what are you able to do actually for yourself? But you did mention going to the gym.
the gym.
Yep, you mentioned that. Do you mind saying the ages of your children? 7 guys.
No, not at all.
I'm over here struggling with just the one top who is wreaking havoc daily. 7. Woo! Girl, you're amazing.
Thank you. 24, 19, 18, 16, 6, 4, and 2.
Y'all, that is every season of life. And you have a 24-year-old and you look 24 yourself. You look good, mom. Tell us your
Thank you,
secret.
babe.
Tell us your secret. Look, you mind your business and drink water.
Hey, and some wine on the side.
Nothing wrong with that. Whatever you do to protect your peace at all costs. All right. So the next question is, what is the most impactful piece of advice you've ever received during motherhood or concerning motherhood?
The most impactful
Like what's
piece of
something that
advice I've
someone,
ever received.
yes, what is something that someone told you that really just helped you along your journey?
Um, I think the most impactful piece of advice that I've ever received was from another mother who would sometimes see how busy I was and still am. And she told me to always, even if it's 30 minutes a day, to do something for myself, to walk away from the kids if I needed to. That if they cried after me, they will be okay, right? They're clean, they're fed, they're not hungry, they're not hurt. So if they were screaming for me, that they were okay because nobody wants to hear the babies crying,
Nobody.
right? Because naturally we're nurturers. We want
Yep.
to nurture them, we want to hold them, and we just don't want to hear them cry. I don't like to hear them cry at all. So I would give up my time for tranquility or peace of mind to soothe a crying child who only wanted my attention. Um, so now, and that was years ago that she told me that. It wasn't until I had the last three that it really resonated like, wow, you know what? She was right. I really do need to make sure that I carve out time for myself.
Hmm.
So that's one of the reasons that going to the gym daily, every day if I can, when I can, it's imperative to me because that is almost the only time that I do have to myself
Yourself.
because of everybody's schedules and because we don't have family here. We don't have them in daycare. We don't have a babysitter or a nanny. It's just us. So I have to do that for myself.
I'm proud of you
Thank you.
for doing that for yourself. And that is some powerful piece of advice that she gave you. And especially when you mentioned, I love how you mentioned if the kids are crying, it's okay
Mm-hmm.
for them to cry because, especially when you know that they're okay.
Yeah.
Literally this morning, I told you guys I am in the process of weaning my 2-year-old, and she's very strong-willed. So for the last couple of months, I've been trying to just decrease the amount of feedings. But within the last 2 weeks, because I now basically have to, I'm put in a position to where I have to fully wean her because and I'm not trying to put all my business out. And it's nothing serious, guys. It's nothing serious. But there is some medication that I would like to start taking. And again, it's nothing serious because, folks be like, she on meds. Nah. But I know that I can't take that while I'm nursing. So with that being said, um, I'm putting myself first because I know that I need to take this for my health. So therefore, um, even though she is putting up a fight, like literally last night, it was the most sleep that I've received and the least amount of sleep that I've received at the same time. Like it's very strange. Like these last couple of nights have been horrible because she's trying to hold us hostage. She wants to be held, and then as soon as you lay her down, then she's now all of a sudden she's wide awake. She doesn't want to just be held while you're laying down in the bed. You have to be
Hmm.
standing up. I'm like, girl, you are about a third of my weight because I'm not that big. My arms hurt and I'm not that tall. Hey, baby, she's back. I'm like, I'm not that tall. So we just battling. And normally, like how you mentioned, we don't want to hear our babies cry. We don't
Hmm.
want to hear them in distress, right? This morning was the first time I laid in that bed and I told David, I said, listen, let her cry. I said, normally, since she was an infant, whenever she would cry, I'm trying to, console her and just calm her
Hmm.
down. She's two now. I know that she's frustrated and going through this weaning process. It's a lot for her because for the last 2 years, she's had access to the milk
Right.
and to mom and for comfort. And now all of a sudden, yes. Can you back up from the camera? Now, all of a sudden, I'm taking away that comfort from her.
Hmm.
So it's a lot that she's going through emotionally, physically.
Yeah.
Y'all, she having withdrawals. And also when she gets frustrated, she starts scratching and clawing at her face. Again, she has so many big emotions, doesn't necessarily know how to direct it, but that's normal. She's two. And
Hmm.
also, I'm going through emotional stuff because it's like, oh, my baby. But then I'm like, again, I'm putting me first, and I know that I have to do this. And also, it's time. I've done my part. I've done
Yeah.
my part. Why are you doing that? Y'all, life with kids is never a dull moment. They keep you on your toes. But I'm so glad that like you mentioned that again. The kids, they are okay. And here's the thing that I learned. Even though she puts up a fight, a strong fight, you gotta bring the mic back this way. She is fine because literally some minutes later, she wants to be all lovey-dovey. Or once we officially wake up to start our day, even though she didn't really sleep the majority of the night, once the day
Hmm.
started, she is so sweet and wants to love on me and hug me and kiss and all that. So I'm like, those moments where she's having a fit, it's literally a moment.
Yeah, it's temporary.
It's temporary and she don't really remember.
Yeah.
Journey, you got to get down. You got to get down. You can't stand in this chair. So I'm going to go ahead and move to the next question. Um, how do you maintain balance with your personal identity and being a wife, mom, and the other roles that you have in life? How do you balance or find balance?
I take deep breaths all day.
Like I was doing earlier.
Yep. I was trying not to laugh when I saw you do it all day. So much so that now Joseph and Jace are mimicking me. They don't know why they're doing it. They're just like, and that's good. Deep breaths help. I know that we can't be everything to everybody all at one time. So for me, I'm operating for the house at in the capacity in which I'm needed at that moment. So of course, when Chico is not here, he's still my husband, but he doesn't need my attention because he's at work and he's not here. So I'm focusing on who is here right now and the task at hand. I can't focus and then if whoever has an issue or needs me, I'm focusing on that. It's hard. It's hard when they all need you at one time. It's harder and when you feel like they may not need you because you're so used to being it for everyone. And so I told you this year my word is intentional. And so I'm being intentional in every single aspect. I'm being intentional with myself. I'm being intentional with my business. I'm being intentional with God. I'm being intentional as a wife. I'm being intentional as a mom. And I say that because sometimes we can insert ourselves into spaces where we're unneeded and we're left exhausted and burnt out. And if we had a sat back and just let be, then we wouldn't be so exhausted all the time. So that's how I keep my balance.
You better preach. Basically, from what I heard, it sounds like you basically said you stay in your lane. You
Yeah.
help who is who needs you at that time. You're not trying to overstretch and overstep,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not trying to do too much.
Well, yeah, not even overstep because, well, you can overstep as a mom, but sometimes they just don't need you. Like, where's Journey now? She's somewhere minding her business.
She was earlier messing with this mic and then she just sprinted out of this room. She'll be back though. She will definitely be
She'll be
back.
bad.
She will be back. I don't know the day nor the hour, but she coming. And right now, I don't hear her crying. I know that she's somewhere with her dad. I don't hear her crying. And I don't even hear her making noise, which sometimes they be like when the kids are silent, that's when you're concerned. But I know that she's okay because he's out there.
And I don't stress about what I can't control anymore. Laundry, the dishes, whatever, the toys is never ending.
Can we
I
talk about
used
the
to try to do it
toys?
all in one day and, oh my God, I gotta go do this now. But I have learned to slow down because that laundry's gonna be here tomorrow. And if you don't get those dishes done again tonight before you go to bed, which I don't like to leave a dirty sink, but if it don't get done, it just don't get done. Or somebody else can do it.
Or it can get done tomorrow. I'm glad you said
Yeah.
that. When you mentioned the toys, I just feel like it's never ending. Never ending, man. Like David cleaned up Journey's room the other day, literally day before yesterday. And I was like, oh, look, daddy cleaned up your room. Let's, try to keep it clean. Yeah, yesterday. I was like, what happened? And sometimes I'll be honest, there's sometimes I just leave the mess because I'm like, you're gonna make another mess. I mean, even like I said, sometimes at the end of the day, I'm tired because I
Hmm.
done fought with you all day. So that mess is still there in the morning in your room. It's fine because you're gonna make
Yep.
another mess. We'll get to it. Like you said, it'll still be it'll be there. So I'm glad that you said that. One more question before we take a little brief break. I'm trying to make like a little cheetah print on my hearts. What are you doing? What are you painting, Massey? Your
She
project?
delicious.
You doing cheetah too?
Oh, no, no, no.
Oh,
I was just looking at yours.
yeah, we gonna see what this. Oh, I'm using the end of my pen to like the brush to make little dots.
Yeah, because you're an artist.
I mean, yeah. I'm just trying to drop some gems. But even with this, I'm just like, first of all, I didn't fully think what my design was gonna be. So I'm over here just, how you
You
say
can
like
freestyle it.
not overthinking. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what I'm learning. Things don't have to be 100% perfect. Just
Nope.
just do it. Like this is supposed to be fun. For an artist, sometimes painting is not fun because again, like we overthinking stuff, but I'm gonna leave that alone. Next question, the last question before we pause for a break. Um, how would you define your purpose outside of being a wife and mom? And how do you keep that in focus as you're navigating your daily demands of life? So, how would you
How do I
define your purpose?
define my purpose?
Mhm. What's your purpose basically?
So we moved to New York from Charlotte in 2021, and it was one of the most devastating times for me because I was so far away from my family. Even though I had my husband and kids, just everybody else was so far away. And my home, the property, the house is very much secluded, so we don't see a lot of people. And we didn't know anybody here. And I found myself complaining about that seldomly. And one day I was like, you know what, God? You moved us. I mean, we could have moved anywhere, but you helped us to choose this location for a reason. What is the reason? What's my purpose here? What am I supposed to do? And what I found was that I needed to be here to grow as a woman. I needed to be away from what was familiar to me, the circles that I had, the people that I had contact with. I needed to be away from them. The things and places I could go, I needed to be away from that. Um, I needed to sit in solitude, not even with my husband and the kids, just with myself. And I discovered and I learned that my purpose was then, and it still is, same as yours, to help other women and mom, not just single moms, not just married moms, any woman. Um, it could be with my story, my testimony, the things that I have experienced, the things that I've learned, my struggles, my celebrations, my wins. It was that, and then also, too, other married people. So I think I have the best sides of both ends of the sticks. I have experience as a single mom and a single woman, a young teenage mom. I have my oldest daughter at 18. And then also as a married woman, I have experience with that also. So there's so many other women out here who sometimes when you start talking to them, you learn that our stories are kind of similar and that we have more in common than we think. And so that is my purpose, to not frown up at anybody else's situation or their stories, their shortcomings, or even their wins, but to celebrate them in all aspects.
I love that. I love how you worded that. And the fact that you said, like there's so many levels to your testimony and your story, and you can relate to so many other women, like you said, um, being a teen mom, being a single mom, being a wife, being an entrepreneur, like your story, that's not even including your challenges and your wins. That's just a few
Mhm.
things that I named, but just being in a position to where you're comfortable with sharing, and connecting and helping another sister, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Said how God basically had to take you out of your comfort zone, even though you were in an area where you were complaining in the beginning, and most of us we're guilty of that. We be complaining because we don't have a full understanding of His picture
Yeah, you
concerning
don't have the
us.
whole picture, the full picture
Right.
yet.
So a lot of times we're just like, I don't know why I gotta be this way. And it's like it's not what it say, hindsight is 2020. It's not
Mm-hmm.
until you're on the other side when you fully understand why it had to be this way.
Right.
Sometimes when certain things happen to us and like we're like, God, why? Why me? Why me? Why me? He's using that for your story. But I love how you shared, like again, you had to be taken away from your comfort in order to grow. And that is a y'all, that is uncomfortable at times. I like to say sometimes I was uncomfortably comfortable. Like I
Mm-hmm.
stayed in a situation because it was what I knew, but I was still uncomfortable because I knew that my time had expired.
Right.
But yeah, I love that you shared that. The second part of that, and then we're gonna go ahead and pause for a break. But how do you like keep that in focus, your purpose as you're navigating your daily, responsibilities and roles as wife and mom? Like how do you still keep that purpose at the center?
Um, Gratitude, right? Because on any day at any time, anything could happen to any one of us. To me, anything could happen to my family. Anything could happen to this house. So I never think that I'm above anything or anybody. I'm in gratitude all day. I'm grateful to be sitting here with you. I'm grateful for Ease Pottery and the Go Getter box. I'm grateful that you and David had Journey because if you didn't, then you couldn't birth this. And even if you did, it wouldn't have probably gone in this direction. You wouldn't be able to help other moms and women in this capacity had it not been for Journey. So I'm grateful for you for that. Um, but yeah, with gratitude, I
Yeah.
think that's it.
I think gratitude, it keeps us humbled. And so many times we're just focused on some of us. You choose what you want to focus on. Either you want to focus
Hmm.
on positivity or you want to focus on the negative things and the what isn't and the what shoulds. But gratitude, and you know what? Gratitude isn't always focusing on the things that are going right,
Right.
because sometimes it can be real chaos going on around you, but
Hmm. Grateful
you're still grateful. Yeah, you're still in that mindset of I'm grateful because
because
this is
this could
part
be
of my
worse.
story. It could be worse, and this is part of my story. And
Yep.
this is gonna it's something either I gotta go through, something I'm gonna learn, or like, yeah, it's not gonna break me basically. It's temporary. Like we mentioned earlier
Hmm.
about the kids. It's temporary.
It
So
is.
I love that you said that in gratitude. And I'm grateful for you. Y'all, I did not mention, but Reese and I, we are cousins. And I'm grateful for you because when I first started Ease Pottery, I'm still afraid at times. I don't want to, I'm cautious. I'm very calculated with the risks that I take. But it's crazy because y'all, I went skydiving, but like a year before I had
Yeah.
my daughter. So I would, hey, that was still calculated because I had that thought. I told David when I turned 30, I wanted to go skydiving because if I did that, I would never be afraid to do anything else in life, right? But then he was like, "What if you die? Then I gotta tell your family." And I'm like, "Why would you put that thought in my head?" Now I'm just like, "Oh snap! If something goes wrong, he gonna be guilty. I'm gonna be up with Jesus, and he gonna be around here not able to." And I'm like, "Why would you even put that in my head?" Right? So I was like, "Okay, I don't have my husband's blessing on this, so I'm just not gonna do this." And this was again before I turned 30, because at that point we were still in Maryland. This was before 2019. I didn't end up going skydiving until I turned 31. But
Hmm.
basically when that birth and it was I think it was that month of my 31st birthday. And I brought it to his attention again some months later or before. I said, "Hey babe, I still have this itch to go skydiving." I was like, the thing is with me, even with Ease Pottery, it was an idea that I was thinking really for years. I just didn't know what it was, like completely. And I attempted certain things and then stopped and then eventually kind of got it together. But last year around this time, I was like, what can I do? I'm a stay-at-home mom. I don't want to go back to working for someone else because yeah, um, I want to have a little bit more freedom in my schedule, but these bills still need to be paid. What can I do? How am I fulfilling my purpose? This started back in January, me thinking last year. April, I started kind of making some steps, but still didn't have full vision. I finally kind of came into it really like August, September. But throughout that process, I was leaning on Reese, bouncing different ideas off of her, and just getting her feedback. And that helped me get where I'm at. So even with me being spontaneous, jumping out of a plane, it still wasn't spontaneous because it was years prior that the thought was there.
It
And
was
it
still
just
spontaneous.
it wasn't because I
It was
wanted to do it.
spontaneous.
Well, I saw it a video clip when we were at a church service, and I was like,
Hmm.
wow, if I do that, I'll never be afraid to do anything in life. I'll just go for it. The thing about jumping out of a plane is once them doors open and y'all start, you
Ain't no
out
going
there.
back.
There's no turning back. A lot of other things in life we teeter tottering because it's like, that one big toe in, but I want to be so yeah. But I'm grateful for you and I appreciate you. And you're an amazing mentor. I look at you as a mentor and like an
Oh,
older sister. And it's a lot that I have learned from you and I'm still learning from you and I'm just grateful. So I appreciate you. And I'm
oh, I
grateful.
appreciate that.
Do you mind if we pause for like 5 minutes?
No.
Okay. And then we'll come back at 12:15 and
Okay.
get the ball rolling. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to straighten up these lines. May I see what you're painting? Oh, beautiful. I don't know why I had included white, but I was like, because the thing is white, but if you ever wanted to do like a marble effect,
Hmm. Hey,
hey.
Journey. Hi. You're so pretty.
I know we said we're pausing and we're on a break. Did you need to get up, stretch your legs or something?
I'm gonna just go get my charger.
Okay, I'll be here when you get back.
You so pretty, girl.
Say thank you. Look at these braids. That's another thing I learned. Just you see that? I can't even
She
touch it.
fine.
Just let it go.
She fine. I'll be right back.
I'll be here. It's goal time. My name is JaRabia, and I've created a small business for moms and women to focus on their goals. I know you don't have a lot of time and you're probably busy, but we've created a way for you to focus on one goal, one step at a time. Are you ready for fun, encouragement, and accountability? Come join us at Ease Pottery. Each month, unbox creativity and purpose with our virtual paint parties, motivational meetings, practical goal planning, and exclusive community access. No worries, you don't have to have it all figured out. We're here to cheer you on. Don't miss this opportunity. Come join us before the doors close. See you on the inside, sis. Y'all, I am letting her paint. That is actually awesome because mommy was going to do a marble on the back. So that is great that you're doing that for me. Wow.
So
Do you,
what?
would you like me to
Oh.
would you like me to show you how to do like a marble effect if you ever decided to do that?
Oh yeah.
All right. So basically the simplest way would be to grab one of your be careful with the front because even though acrylic paint does dry fast, you don't want to mess up your front. So maybe don't lay it all the way down. But if you
Hmm.
wanted to just grab, one of your brushes, add some white and just kind of like blur it down or whatever. And then I'm gonna grab a smaller brush. Just add just stick with the purple for now. So I just added like a little bit of, and you just kind of like just swirl it. You see?
It's pretty.
Kind of, yeah. I did it with my nails. It's like the easiest
Yeah,
way to kind of, like create a design, but it's simple and effective. So yeah, you just swirl. You start off with your lightest color first. And I noticed that it is easier to, just have white somewhere in the mix. So say
mm,
even if I wanted to add some pink to this, you still kind of want that white to just help it like, ooh, when I add the pink to it, makes it pop.
it's pretty.
That's yeah. Well, I like the pink with it. Okay. So y'all, this right here about to be very just it got a lot going on.
It's pretty.
Cheetah stripes, marble on the back.
Well, that's like motherhood. We got a lot going
A
on.
lot going on. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just clean this like this. Let that dry for a little bit. Look at my hands.
I see.
The life of an artist. I thought about wearing my gloves. But here's the thing about gloves. I don't know. I just feel like as an artist, sometimes you really want to feel like you're one with the piece and you gotta get in there. Like it's okay if the hands get messy. Just like life, it's okay if it gets messy. There's soap and water.
Yes.
Life gets messy. There's always another day, as long as there's breath in your body, it's okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next. We have three more questions, and then I would like for us to at least start our vision board. We may not be able to finish it because this time actually went by a lot quicker than I thought.
It did.
It did, but it's been a good time, and I really appreciate it. You are my first guest.
Yay. Cheers, Journey. Cheers.
There's a way. Hey, Journey. There's a way to like send. Thank you, baby. Mama. Journey. Please. There's a way to like do the little streamer things. You don't know how to send that. Ooh, I'm gonna learn Zoom. That's all right. This is the first time. But how how do you overcome mom guilt?
Oh, girl. I just learned how to do it. I think 2024.
Then this is a
All
great
these
question.
years. All these years. So actually, that's not the whole truth. I started learning how to do it, I think, in 2014. I think it was 2014. You wanted the scenario? So I I was working at that time two jobs, and I love holidays. I love Valentine's Day and anybody's birthday, and Christmas are my favorite holidays. Christmas, not so much for the gifts, but just the lights and all the decor and how it brings everybody together. Everything's usually closed. Everybody's off from work. Um, but like I said, I was working two jobs and I was picking up overtime because I wanted the girls, I only had girls then, to have all of these things. And so one day I left work to go and get them. I had to go back to the other job, so I was stopping to get them something to eat from McDonald's before I dropped them off to my friend. And my oldest, she does not like mayonnaise. So when I ordered her a chicken sandwich, I forgot to tell them no mayonnaise. So we get the food and we're driving down the street, and she goes in the bag to get her food and she sees that there is mayo on her sandwich. And at the same time, we are riding past a homeless shelter. But they're not allowed to be inside until a certain time. And so there's this mom, and she has her three sons in a shopping cart, and she is rummaging through the trash can for food, while my daughter is complaining about the mayonnaise on her sandwich. And it's near Christmas, so we have the tree up, and there's gifts under the trees. And I was tired, like I said, headed back to my second job. And I was like, this girl is whining and like throwing, having a fit, whole attitude over something that she can change. She can wipe the mayonnaise off, right? She's not allergic to it. It's not going to break her out. Her throat isn't going to close up if she eats it. She just doesn't like it. And here we are passing this mom. It's cold outside and she has three little kids in a shopping cart digging for food. And you have food. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to turn back around. I made everybody put their food back in the bag because they hadn't eaten it yet. And I turned around. I made her get out the car and give the food, the sandwich she was complaining about, to the mom to give to her kids and her, all of it. And then when we got home, walking into my old apartment, the first thing you saw was the living room, which is where the tree was with all the gifts I had bought from working all the overtime. I had them pick out two things that they wanted to keep, not knowing what was wrapped up, and we took the rest back down to the shelter. My mom guilt was, oh, they gotta have all this stuff. I gotta work all these hours so I can get these things that they want, not need, but want. So that's when it started for me. I stopped doing big Christmases like that. And then right after COVID, having watched the whole world have to stay inside and we couldn't do different things and go all of these places, made me also realize how greedy we were as people, how much we overcompensated sometimes to our kids because, like you said, the mom guilt or just feeling guilty for not being able to do certain things or for not being able to be there at certain times. But that's when I stopped, when I realized that these kids don't need all that stuff. They don't deserve it sometimes. Why do I feel bad? Because I want to give you something that you didn't even ask for, and you probably don't even deserve to have. So if it's stressing me out to get it, means that you don't need it.
That's
If
me.
it's, yeah, if it's stressing me out, then that means we don't need it.
Girl, you said a lot. That in that moment, you taught your girls a valuable lesson on gratitude as it relates to the food. Sometimes it may not be the thing that you want. And really, she could have wiped the mayo off.
All the
But
way off.
I feel that way with onions on burgers that are not sauteed. But again, I was like, oh, I forgot to tell them. I can literally just take it off. Mind, I don't know about your business. It's okay. Mind your manners. It's all right. But you taught them a lesson in gratitude. You also were a blessing to someone else in that moment, someone else that was in need. And I'm pretty sure whoever that mother was, and you said she had three young sons.
Mm-hmm.
You said sons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Depending on their age, they may or may not remember that. But I'm pretty sure that mom, she remembers that moment
Right.
that you took the opportunity to see her as a person. And I'm pretty sure you said that was in 2014, 2009. What year you said that was?
2014, 2015.
So
Pretty sure it was
way over 10
2014.
years ago. I bet you that lady
Mm-hmm.
still remembers your act of kindness and was grateful for it. And in that moment, it probably helped her with however, she was feeling.
Right.
Um, and what you said about us getting things and doing things, a lot of times we are doing things that they don't care about. Kids do not care about these toys.
Mm-hmm. They
Um,
don't.
for Christmas, my brother got Journey her first car, y'all. But it's one of the remote control. You can, we can control it.
Mm-hmm.
That in it, when she realized that do you guys now see what is happening to this? This is, first of all, this is what she did to my thing. But in that moment, I said, I'm not gonna trip because I can fix this. It's paint. Everything is fixable. Nuh-uh. I move that thing. Yeah.
Artists in the making.
And then her shirt that she's wearing, she has long sleeves on underneath her t-shirt. So I was trying to roll it up. She doesn't like things to be rolled up.
Yeah.
So she pulled it down. So I'm pretty sure her shirt is probably it's okay. It's a shirt. It can be washed. It's acrylic paint. If you don't wash it out immediately, it's
Mm-hmm.
probably not going to come out. But she can wear that the next paint party. That can be, you know what I'm saying? Like I already know that she gonna look at her masterpiece over here. Voila.
Yeah.
Look what my baby did.
I
I was
said
like,
artists in the making.
whoa, look at that. Now all of my paint colors are all mixed together. Look, look at my jar. But I'm gonna remember this moment. I'm gonna remember these moments of it again. What we said, life gets messy,
Yep.
and it's okay because it's a memory. But back to what you were saying about us getting the things they don't even sometimes want it. They don't need it. Most of the time, like you said, they don't deserve it. But we're feeling like we always have to. Journey is 2 and she has so many toys. And I'm like, I need to go through the toys, first of all, that she's outgrown because some of them were like, for the age of 0 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, even with it's just all just, and she has so many bins almost in every room that's full of some type of toys because, hey baby, because the house belongs to her. We just pay the bill.
Right. I just live
It's
there.
barely. Okay. We just make sure that the lights stay on. Yes,
Yep.
baby. Yes. Yes. Whoever can decode what she said, y'all let me know. Holla at me.
James might be able to tell her.
He right. He speak that language.
Yep.
um, but we're always feeling like, ah, it's not enough, or there's more, there's more, there's more. And I love
Mm-hmm.
the fact that you basically said if it is causing you stress, you don't need it. They don't need
Yeah.
it. But even with the kids, like that's such a great lesson to teach them as well. Like I said, a lesson in gratitude and just I'm trying to okay. A lesson in gratitude and also that's helping shape them as women as well. Because you have how many daughters do you have? I know, but how many daughters do you have?
Four
Four.
daughters.
4 daughters. And how many? Four. No,
Two sons.
you don't have 4 daughters.
I mean, I'm sorry. There is a total of six. Six girls and two boys.
No, you
I gave birth to four.
you gave birth
But
to 5.
I mean, I'm so sorry. I cannot count. I
That's why I
did.
said you don't have 4.
I did. Lord forgive me. I birthed five. Five girls. See?
Nah, thank
I
you.
be forgetting sometimes. I'm not perfect. That is hilarious. I'm like, why is she still saying this?
Because when you said that first, I was like, wait, the math ain't math.
I used to have four, then God blessed her with another one. We named her seven because she was the seventh girl between my husband and I. That is hilarious. So I birthed five daughters, and God blessed me with two because my husband already had two. And then we had two boys. So I have seven kids, but altogether we have nine.
9.
That is funny.
Yes. It's
I'm
okay.
like, why is she pressing me about?
Because listen, I don't want to share no more than you get what I'm saying? Like willing to share because it's not my story to share.
Hey,
But I was like, no, because I was like, wait a minute, 4 + 2 is 6.
you should see me at the doctor's office. When is the date of birth? I'm like, hold on.
You know,
Yeah.
most moms, they know how much their child weighed when they were born, the time of birth, their length.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, how much was she again? What time
Mm-hmm.
of I'm listen, and again, it's just one of her. What's her social security number again? I'm supposed to know that by heart. I'm barely remembering mine. Like,
That's funny.
yeah, so I get it, but that was funny. Um, but yeah, I love how you basically use that illustration to let us know how you deal with mom guilt. Because a lot of times the guilt is, I feel bad as a mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom. David also works from home as well. And we don't have a babysitter. We're tag teaming with Journey. So some days I have her, some days he has her. I feel guilty on the days when he has her because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I'm missing something. I'm not, or I don't know. It's just, or as I'm starting this business and it's these long nights and I'm like, I could be cuddled with, I mean, we make sure that she goes to bed, but I'm like, I could be spending time with my baby right now, but I'm sitting at this desk. I'm missing something. Or even as we're trying to figure out our schedule, David's like, okay, do you want to work like maybe Monday through Thursday consecutively, and then like Friday and Saturday, those can be his two work days. Right now we have it where it's like it's every other. So mine is
Mm-hmm.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. However, I'm still getting work done on Tuesday and Thursday. But it's
Yeah.
like whose main priority is done on those days. But
Mm-hmm.
hey baby, my thing with working the Monday through Thursday consecutively, I'm like, there are different events that go on throughout the week that I like to take her to, that I still like to be a part. Like I still like to, yes, baby. The plus of me being a stay-at-home mom is the fact that I'm able to see these different milestones and experience, certain things with my child. Wait, are we still on Zoom? Yeah, we're still on.
Yeah.
Okay. She made the camera go. I don't know. I can hear you. Can you please get down? Okay. Can you stop messing with my mic? You're gonna fall and you're okay. So I had to just let myself know, like, I don't have to be there for every moment. I don't have to be there for every moment. Again, she's not gonna remember.
Mm-mm.
A lot of times our mom guilt, we're thinking that it's affecting the child, is really affecting us
Right.
because they don't remember. They don't. Two more questions, and then we could pivot from painting to we can work on a little bit of our worksheet. Again, with the virtual paint parties, we're not going to get everything done within that time span because as you can see, the time it goes by fast, but it at least is that moment. Like this is a great conversation. I can't wait to share it. This really is. Great
I think so too.
conversation. Yeah. So it's not for us to get everything done within the 2 hours. Even with my painting, and I have another paint party at 8 tonight. So 8 to 10. I'll probably finish or see what my child allows me to do. I'll probably be able to actually finish because I'm gonna play the recording from this paint party.
Okay.
Um, so that, those who weren't able to make it, they can hear our amazing conversation because this is great. um, two more questions, and I'm gonna fix the stuff that my child. Some of it, I'm gonna leave a little bit of her because it'll be like, oh, okay, she helped mommy with this. But this front part, y'all seen I was trying to do my little lines.
Yes, and we
She
know
just,
you.
it's okay. It'll be
It's
fixed.
gonna be fixed.
It's gonna be fixed. If it ain't fixed tonight, it's gonna be fixed eventually. Or maybe I should leave it. We'll see. What does success look like in your current season?
For me, better time management. Oh, girl, and this is another one too. Knowing when to say no so that I'm not overcompensating myself. It's not all monetary. It's the little things. Because if you figure out a way to build off of those little things, and that will gradually lead you to success, right? Yep.
I love your
So,
perspective.
yeah, you have to. You can't be successful if you can't manage your time properly. Because then, which I've experienced before, all over the place, all the time, running late and racing, stressing yourself out for no reason, just walking around stressed out. So that's big for me. And knowing when to tell people, no, you can't do it. And not volunteering yourself for everything.
Knowing when to say no and not feeling or allowing them to
Guilty.
guilt you
Yep.
for your no. Like, why do I have to give it a reason? I
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't, or it shouldn't feel like I'm disappointing you. Yeah, it's okay. What would you like? Want me to turn something else? I feel like that's why you brought this to me. Um, but I love the fact that you said it's not always monetary. A lot of times, and not even just monetary, a lot of times we think of success as things that we can get recognition for.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a good job, a reward, or a medal, I don't know, monetary, again, something that other people can recognize. For you, you said time
Right.
management. Nobody's gonna really see you managing your time. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody, they're gonna see you doing the things, but
Mm-hmm.
they're not gonna know what it took for you to do it. So
Right.
okay. I was gonna change it for you, but okay. Um, so that that was deep. I love the way you think. It's very, like you said, free spirit is very outside the box. Very.
Okay.
Because I don't think most people would have responded that way, you know? Um, yeah, I love that. And I'm gonna take that and
Yeah.
hide that. Yeah. So the last question before we get into our goal planning worksheet is if you could I'm sorry, if you could go back, let me start the question again. So when
Mm-hmm.
I do the recording and I have to clip, it'll, if you could go back to the beginning, what is the best advice you would give yourself concerning womanhood and motherhood?
If I can go back to the beginning,
The beginning of when you first became a woman
okay.
and when you first became a mom.
The advice that I would give to myself is that, hmm, that womanhood, motherhood, mhm, and wifehood is all tied into one. But it's okay to not, it's okay to not feel like you have mastered all of it at the same time. It's okay to not perfect that role, right? I don't think anyone can ever perfect that role because none of those roles come with a handbook. Thankfully, all of my pregnancies were healthy. I didn't have any medications. I didn't need any surgeries. I gave birth to healthy children who didn't need any medications. They didn't need any um, special care. They didn't need any of that. So, thankfully, for me, unlike some other moms, motherhood looked different for me. It was a little easier when it comes to that aspect. I would tell myself That doesn't have to be perfect. That I didn't have to always get it right. That it's okay to slow down. That it's okay to ask for help. That it's okay to not have it all together, to not have all the answers. It's okay to cry. It's okay to vent. It's okay to be tired. I would tell her that it's okay to not feel like her old self, and to take her time with her new self because each time you give birth, you are, I think for me, what I experience each and every time, especially after the last one, after giving birth, that I also birthed a new, I don't know the word, a new side of me or a new portion of
Version
me
of
or a
yourself.
new part of me. There was something else that came out of that birth. And it wasn't bad. It was just something different. It made me pull and gravitate towards different things a different way than I had in the past. I would tell her that it's okay to release whatever it is that needs to be released. Those feelings, the hurt, the postpartum, the need to have everything done, the need to be needed. And I will tell her that it's okay to forgive herself, to forgive me for the guilt and sometimes shame that I put on myself for no other reason than to not want to be able to make it seem like I had everything all together all the time. Um, and I will tell her that one day, speaking to the wife part, that one day that God was going to send the right man on his time, not on my time or her time, but when he brought him along, you would know because he would tell you. And then the last thing I would tell her is that everything is going to be okay no matter what. Even if it doesn't seem like it right now or yesterday, it's going to still be okay. So that's what I would tell. That was a good question, right?
Thank you. Those were great answers that you gave. That was a lot. I thought you was just gonna say like one thing. You literally gave us
If
a
I
whole
got them.
book. And there's
Okay.
nothing, look, there's nothing wrong with that. You ever thought about writing a book?
Well, that's what, not to take away from Cheers to Love, but that's what Girl Through Your Bags was for.
You're not
Um,
taking away. It's another part of you.
I have thought about writing a book. They've been telling me to write a book since 2002. Um, one day,
Whenever the timing is right, it'll happen.
one day.
It'll happen. Oh, my desk. Okay, y'all. My little camera for the desk. The desk camera. I took it off spotlight because I guess the phone was getting too hot. I don't know. So I was like, let me just go ahead and just, anyways, I'll just turn that off. Um, I'm trying to, I mean, now it looks like it's back on, but I'm gonna just stop the video on this one for a moment. Well, I love your answers. And the thing is, there are so many women, I'm not even gonna just say moms, there are so many women who can relate
Hmm.
to your response and they can use that advice to help them. Um, when you mention with every pregnancy, it's almost like a when we give birth, it's basically like we're birthing a different or a different version of ourselves as well. Like
Hmm.
it's not just the birth of a child, basically. It's we are evolving. Evolving. Yeah. Oh my goodness, here goes my child. Still y'all can't see the desk cam, but she's about to paint my little. I'm just gonna let her have her moment. Do you mind? And thank you again for your answers. Do you mind showing us your photo holder, please? Yay! I love it. Come on, gold. I love it. That's beautiful. And
Thank
if you
you.
wanted to paint a word or whatever or on it, like you could definitely do that too.
Oh yeah, I'm not done yet.
Got you.
This was
A
therapeutic.
start. Yeah. And that's why you have the four full acrylic paints. These are just the colors for this month. Next month it'll be different colors. So basically, like say whatever colors I send for next month. If you're just like, ugh, I don't want to use this, you can always mix and match. You get what I'm saying? But you can
Hmm.
always add to it. And it is there. It's helping us rediscover our calm. There are no rules when it comes to art. But that is beautiful. Mine, I'm gonna just go ahead and just show y'all. This is look.
It's still pretty.
This is what my child did.
It's imperfectly perfect.
It's perfectly perfect. I love it.
Art is not perfect.
It's not. It's you know what? It's crazy because it is the what are they? I just turned off one of my lights. Oh, she stepped on the outlet, the extension cord, and turned off my lights.
Leave her alone.
Oh my god! My production assistant about to get fired. um, with art, the thing that gets me is the fact that it's a blob of paint that can sell for millions. And I'm
Yep.
like, people will spend that money for that blob of paint that's on a canvas, but it's because whatever the meaning behind it or
Hmm.
whatever it art is very is it subjective? Is that the word?
It is.
So yeah, and I'm just like I'm over here overthinking stuff. Y'all, I want to, no, never mind. I'll show it later, I guess. But I was about to say, even with this design of doing the photo holder, the original design had more details in it, but it wasn't coming out the way that I wanted it to because I'm making each one by hand.
Right.
So it was just a mess and it wasn't coming out smooth. It was just lumpy and I was trying to use like a mold to duplicate. It just, less is more is what I'm learning. Less is more. But I would like to pi- can you back up? They can't see your face. I would like to pivot to our goal planning worksheet, and we have about 10 more minutes until our party ends. And I don't want it to end, but I know it has to. And first of all, I just again want to appreciate and thank Reese for joining us. Y'all, she is amazing. You are that girl. And I'm glad that we're related. I'm glad that I know you. Even if we weren't related, I would still want to know you because, like I
Oh,
said, you're that girl. So I want to just give you your flowers because I don't want to rush at the end and then forget because we're like, oh, the time's up. No, I love you. I appreciate you and I honor you. And I'm excited to see what's going to come, not just from Cheers to Love, but just how you evolve. Because even with businesses, it's just like how we said giving birth. There's still something that's coming out of you each time. You're growing and you're developing. And I'm seeing the growth. I'm seeing the glow. And I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm just glad that I'm able to witness. And girl, like we family. And I think we out here
ow.
we doing it. One thing we always discuss as well, we're trying to break certain generational curses. Like we're that generation that's like, no, we're not gonna do this, or no, I'm gonna speak up. Like I appreciate that as well. And because you're my oldest first cousin, you lead well. You lead by example.
Thank you.
You're not perfect and I'm not perfect, but you're authentic, you're compassionate, you're kind and loving. And I appreciate you're not judgmental. I feel like I can come to you with anything. You know what I'm saying? And I just I love the fact that your doors are open. And with you being the oldest, I have noticed, I didn't say it, but I've noticed that you try to be intentional. Y'all, I thought she was about to paint my phone. She was about to create a whole new faceplate for my phone. Anyways, that is where I draw the line. No, you are intentional about connecting with family and us knowing our history and trying to, like bring us together. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Um, you're
Oh, that
welcome.
was beautiful.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We don't have much time to focus on our
Okay.
goal worksheet, but I would like to say, and this is my worksheet from January. I need to pull out the new one because February is literally tomorrow. So I need to start thinking
Girl,
about what is that one. It's probably going to be this a continuation of this month's goal. So I'm going to go
that's
ahead and
fine.
share what my goal was for the month of January. It was to
Okay.
help 100 moms and women become goal getters through my monthly subscription. Y'all, I'm still in the beginning phases of building brand awareness. So however long it's going to take me to get to 100 is that's just part of my journey. But I'm okay with a slow grow because it's so much that I can learn and fine tune within that. And with me, I feel like some things I did a little backwards because I'm like, I just had to put what we say, we can't think about it too much. You have to start with something and allow yourself to build upon it. So I would like to know, I probably already know what your goal is. You have your Cheers to Love event, but what's your goal for February?
So let me back up to January real quick. My goal for January was to get or have at least 60 couples um, purchase tickets for the event. My goal was to host 120 people, that's 60 couples, to pour back into them. That didn't happen, but then my goal was also to not let that bother me, let the number bother me, and push through, which we did. My goal for February is to see this through. It is also to last year at the party when we did it, I didn't speak. I probably spoke for 1 minute because Chico took over. He diverted from the plans that we had. So my goal for Cheers to Love for February is to be intentional with our time there and not allow excitement to overtake and diminish what the vision is. Um, so he is going to speak for a portion, and I'm also going to speak. I don't like talking in front of large groups of people, but this is my event. Um, my vision is clear and my message is clear. And so my goal is to deliver. And I pray that it lands where it needs to land. And to not worry about who is not there and only focus on who is present. And that is it. And then to build off of that. I'm so excited. I'm excited.
I'm excited for you as well. Journey is over here trying to escape out of the room and was using my pen roller for the clay, and
I
the
saw
door
your
is
face.
closed.
You did
So
the mama.
I was like, stop, get, get off the door. The smile and talk through your teeth. But she was beating on the door with the roller, trying to get out. So I was trying to hold my composure and then try to be serious because sometimes these kids they be testing your gangster. But the fact that you mentioned, yeah, calm down. I know. The fact that you mentioned moving forward despite the numbers and going forward with your plan, um, that shows growth right there. And that's exactly, I can definitely identify with that. Like I said, my goal was to help 100 more. I'm like, I'm not going to be 100 in a month. Well, I don't know. Who knows?
It could
February might
happen.
be the month. You just know, as long as, hey, but like you said, we're still making forward motion with it, despite. And I'm excited for you as well. I can't wait to see some pictures. You're gonna have to definitely give us some updates so we can share pictures for
Oh
our
yeah.
February virtual party, paint party.
You too.
Because yeah, like people need to know what they missed, for those who who didn't want to support for whatever the reason was, like anyways, just showed this is what I'm learning. I don't have to this up. Just let it speak for itself. Let your event speak for itself. Let the couples who want to be present or who are present they're going to spread the word about how awesome it
Mhm.
was, the environment, the food, the judge. You know what I'm saying? Even your theme is prom. Like we out here, we grown, but when we went to prom, we were able to be. We were some of us was wilding. I wasn't,
Mhm.
y'all. I was saved and
I
sanctified.
wasn't either. I didn't. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm just prom for teenagers. A lot of times, it's a carefree moment. You don't have to think about the woes of life.
Mhm.
Prom for the couples, I feel like it's going to be a very carefree moment for them to even reconnect because sometimes I know, especially with us, toddler, David and I, in this toddlerhood, y'all, it's a ghetto hood, but we are
It is.
learning to be intentional with making sure that we're not forgetting one another. So that's a moment for the couples to reconnect, and I believe they're gonna have a good time.
Well,
So that
yeah.
was your goal for January. Did you mention February's goal?
That's February too. I said
February too.
February, my goal was to carry this through. I don't like speaking in front of people.
You're
So
speaking in front of people now, and you're doing a great
well, I
job.
know I just can't see them, but hey y'all.
Hey.
Um, to get through it, last year I didn't get through it. I let Chico take over and I kind of stood in his shadow
And
because
now
he's
you're,
great at that.
yeah, he
But
is.
this is, yeah, this is for him, it's a no-brainer. Me, I'm like, because I overthink. And so the words don't always come out clear. And I'm just like, oh my God. And then when it's over, I'm like, dang, what I wanted to say was, but I couldn't get it out. So I'm working on that. Um, I have some nice things lined up for them. And like I said, everything was done with so much intention,
And
all the
it's
way
gonna
down to
show.
the napkin. It
It's
was
gonna
just
show.
very intentional. So I'm excited.
You said
I'm
all the way
excited
down
for
to the
Ease
mat.
Pottery because I know that you're also being very intentional with this. You are creating these beautiful objects for us to paint by hand. You didn't buy anything from Walmart or Amazon. You could have
I could have. It would have been,
easily,
look, it would have been more
or
efficient.
just sent us a piece of wood, like, okay, we're gonna paint this and have a conversation. So a lot of intention went into this, a lot of love went into this, and I'm happy that I was here. I'm excited about Ease Pottery. I'm excited about the Go Get a Box. Y'all better order yours and subscribe so that you can
So
be
you
a
can
part of this every month.
join the
Even if you don't
next.
do it every month, even one time.
That
If
is true.
not, to support her just for yourself, because like I said, this was therapeutic sitting here. I would not have carved out this amount of time on this good Saturday for just me to come sit up here by myself without anybody disturbing me. I'm still breastfeeding too. He hadn't been up here. It's just us. So I appreciate
Hallelujah.
you for that
Thank you. Thank
because even these 2 hours were intentional by you.
you. It was.
So
And I'm glad that you were able to stay with me for the 2 hours. And sometimes even if you have to join and the kiddos, y'all seen my child was with me. Y'all, we got some snow and hubby is doing the driveway so that it doesn't ice over. So that is why, but that's a real mom moment because sometimes the kids, they're there, but
mhm.
even in that, we had our stressful moments. But I'm still, it's still therapeutic for me because I am fulfilling my purpose with Ease Pottery. So that even in these moments of girl, get off that door, it's still like I'm walking in my purpose.
And you are. Look at you.
And even though I'm stressed, it brings me joy. And even though right now she's still over there doing stuff, we just gonna smile through it.
Leave her alone.
But she needs to leave me alone. Hey fam, hey, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for every like, every share, every comment, every word of encouragement. I appreciate you guys so much.